today I would like to introduce Jesi. Jesi is fairly new with the Spruce City Wildlife Association. She came on with us last summer, that would be summer of 2021, in the brood capture, and we just want to take a few minutes of Jesi's time and just find out what her experience was with Spruce City. So Jesi, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us here today. I've already explained that you joined us with the SST program, so that's the Salmon Support Team. You were out doing the brood capture. What was it about that program that inspired you to come out and assist the Spruce City Wildlife Association?
Well, I actually seen a post that looks like it would be fun to do. So I sent in an email, and I actually spoke with Lisa. Lisa called me and told me about what the club does and what the brood capture was all about. And I was definitely excited. So we got our memberships so that we could have the insurance, and we went out. It was absolutely awesome.
Awesome. What was the best part about it?
So my favorite part was definitely the amount of time that the people. So I come into this not knowing anything about salmon. I've always been mostly based on mammals and wildlife for my interests. So I didn't know anything about them. Anytime you'd ask a question, didn't matter who you asked, they would stop what they're doing and explain to you what they're doing and why they're doing it. Not only that is, I figured, we're new, so we're probably not going to get to handle the fish. We're not going to go get right in there. We'll be kind of doing the grunt work. But when we got there, we didn't even have our tent set up, and they're like, "Hey, do you guys want to throw on your waders and go hit the water?" Because we had to go do some stuff. So that was like, oh, definitely. We were super excited. We didn't know anything. So they made sure that you got to do a little bit of every single part. You got to look at the fish, you got to ID the fish, you got to sex the fish, absolutely everything. So I come out of there feeling like I know everything about salmon now.
Can you explain to us exactly what the Salmon Support Team was doing out there? Like, why were they out there?
So the whole purpose of the Salmon Support Team would be to extract the eggs and milk from the salmon. So
why?
So the purpose of this would be to rehabilitate the Chinook salmon population. And I'm actually not 100% sure. I think they're Sarah listed here. So the whole point would be to get as many eggs from them that we could grow in the hatchery and release again in the spring back into the same areas that they were caught from.
Right. Perfect. That is exactly what you guys were doing. So so the Chinook Salmon Run in the north here, we're based out of Prince George, British Columbia, Canada. The Chinook Salmon Run here is pretty much collapsed. It is endangered. So you guys are going out, finding females, viable females, and extracting their eggs, and then finding males and extracting their milt. But didn't you also do something else that was kind of fun with milt back in the hatchery?
Yeah, so then once everything is extracted, it's all taken back to the hatchery, and we got to fertilize the eggs, and everybody got to participate, which was a lot of fun. We fertilized all of our females, and then the eggs were put into incubator trays. Kind of go from there.
So what was the best part about that opportunity?
My husband and I are very adventurous people. So we like to try absolutely everything that we can. Getting out there and just being able to be part of every step of it. It was not what I expected that we were going to get to do. And then now we volunteer at the hatchery on Fridays doing ATUs. We get to see our babies grow. We get to see them hatch. Feeding is coming up here pretty soon, and I'm excited. That's 3 times a day that somebody has to be there, and I'm looking forward to, raising our babies. And then I think for me, that's the biggest part is actually seeing it. You get to feel that, we did this. These are our babies. And I tell everybody, my babies are hatching. Look at their eyes, and I find that for me is the best part, knowing that we're raising these babies and we're going to release them, and being part of everything. Everybody is super supportive, and they want you to know everything and understand how everything works and be part of it. And, definitely I will, even when I'm done school, I will be traveling to Prince George to do the bird catches in that summer.
Well, that's good because we need somebody with your skills and talents, that's for sure. So as a last question here, and this one is completely from left field, is there any other volunteer opportunities that you would like to see Spruce City Wildlife offer?
Well, there's a lot that I've been looking into just because I want to volunteer kind of as many places as I possibly can and learn as much as I can. Definitely looking for something more wildlife based. I know that there's a lot that goes on at the Prince John Research Forest. I don't really know how that all works. There is definitely something going on with the Cottonwood Island Park ducks. You know, I wouldn't mind kind of seeing how we could do something about that to make our ducks be a little bit more natural and, you know, learn their migration again, or, you know, something along those lines.
Is there any other last comments that you would like to make?
Definitely, this is the place to go if you want to get your feet wet, and you get your hands dirty and learn. It's super enjoyable. Everybody's so awesome to work with, and plus you get to go out, you get to camp, you know, spend the whole weekend with great people. It's definitely worth it. Put in the time and you will enjoy yourself.
And if there's any companies out there that are looking to put their money into a good organization that's local and is trying to give back to conservation and wildlife, Spruce City is definitely one that's a contender. So Jesi, thank you so much for joining us here today. I appreciate you spending the time and just letting us know what your volunteer experience was like. That's fantastic. Thank you so much and have a good day.